What's up, Fox Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Fox Plays with your host Fox, aka Alex, where we play hot and spicy indie games. Today is another game review brought to you by yours truly for a somewhat controversial game. This video is titled Yooka Laylee Does Not Suck. Yooka Laylee, for those of you guys who don't know, is one of the most successful Kickstarters out there. It raised over £2 million, which is a freaking lot of cash. Like, that's like a lot of money. Yooka Laylee is meant to be the spiritual successor to everyone's favourite childhood 90s platformer, Banjo-Kazooie. Sorry fans who like Croc, but Banjo-Kazooie is way better than Croc. And I myself am one of those backers as well, and as you might have saw in my unboxing video, which will be in the link description down below if you want to check it out, I was a little bit over eager with my backing, and I got the limited edition Nintendo 64 edition, which is... Alright, a little bit embarrassing. I totally don't know where my copy of Yooka Laylee is. I better find that, because that was fucking 700 Australian dollars, which was... let's just say I fucked up my calculations when I ordered it. Anywho, building up to the game. Like I said, I was an early backer for it, so I got access to the toy box, which was this demo that they allowed me to play, which I also did a playthrough of. And when I played the demo, it was good. I had a good time. Fast forward to the release of the game, April 11, 2017. Shit, we're in August now. I'm really late in my reviews. I'm really sorry, guys. I've never seen a game receive such mixed criticism in... Well, actually, there's been plenty of games out there, but this is probably the biggest mixed criticism I've seen in a long time on the internets, on the webs. Seriously, like, if you look up the reviews for Yooka Laylee, you're gonna see people who go, this game is good, and other people are gonna be like, this game's the fucking worst game ever. And even one of my most personal favourite reviewers out there, Happy Video Game Nerd, aka Stop Skeletons from Fighting as he is now called, he made a whole video saying Yooka Laylee is a catastrophic failure. And I disagree with him so much, and I usually agree with everything he says. He told me jump off a cliff and I'll jump off. Seriously, Yooka Laylee is not a shit game at all. It's really not bad at all. It's fine, it's good. It's not excellent, and I'll get to that in a minute. I grew up playing 90s platformers as a kid who technically was born in the 80s. I was born in 89, but I grew up playing 3D platformers. So, you know, I went from Super Nintendo, I was stuck in the 2 dimensions for a long time playing Donkey Kong Country, Yoshi's Island. Then the 64 came out, and we've got beautiful Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64, Banjo-Tooie, plus some cool obscure 3D platforms, which I'll eventually do a review on, and some terrible 3D platforms as well. And when I saw Yooka Laylee, I was like, I've got to back this, because seriously, I miss 3D platformers. When the indie game scene came out, as you might notice on my channel, a lot of the indie games I've played, a lot of them have been 2D platforms. Sometimes they're Metroidvania, sometimes they're just a platformer, sometimes they're an action game, which is cool. It's good to see those games coming back in resurgence, because honestly, a lot of brand new games that have been coming out on PS3 and PS4, 360 and Xbox One, they've been just, you know, just generic third-person shooters or third-person action games. But there are some excellent games out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that says everything was better back in the 90s. That's not true. There was no Dark Souls in the 90s, so let's get that straight, alright? So I was looking forward to Yooka Laylee, and I noticed that with the indie game scene, where were the 3D platformer games? Like, but then I think about it, it is hard to make, it is a lot harder to make a 3D game than a 2D game, so I don't know, maybe people just didn't think there was a market for it. And I'm actually happy that this year and a little bit last year, they've been starting to pump out a little bit more 3D platforms, and hopefully with Yooka Laylee, that people would go, you know what, if Yooka Laylee inspires you because you thought the game sucked to make a good 3D platformer, go for it, do it, please, I want to play it. And if the game just inspired you just because you think there should be more 3D platforms, awesome, we need them more. We need more genre, we just need more wide range of genres out there. Anyway, Yooka Laylee comes out. I didn't play the game straight away. I think I played it probably 2 months after its release. I wanted to wait for all the hype to die down and everyone stop arguing, and seriously I was just waiting, like, come on guys, stop arguing, man, it's the internet. I probably should never wait for people to stop arguing. It doesn't end, doesn't it? So I waited for the game. I don't know why I was waiting for a while. Anyway, I think, oh, that's right. When I had to come back to here to play games, I had no internet access here, so I couldn't play Dota 2. So there was a whole week where I had no internet, so I was like, might as well finish Yooka Laylee. So I plugged that game in, and I played it, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. And when I first played it, let's just say I didn't think the game, I wouldn't say it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad, but it just, I don't know, it was missing something. And I'll go through my experience of what I thought about the game, And then as I got on, I actually made the game funner for me, and I actually want to pass that advice down to you. So if you decide to play Yooka Laylee, I hope you play it my way. So I pop the game in, and I go to the first world, and first world, beautiful graphics, really colourful. We all know the first world. I'll put some footage on right now. Awesome, it's fun. But I noticed that the world was just too big, and for me as a, me growing up playing games, like, it's fine, like I'm used to it, but if you're a brand new person experiencing this genre for the first time, I think you do need your handheld just a little bit. Like when you play Mario 64's first world, you can't fall off the edge. There is no bottomless pits. Bomb, 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 battlefield. There's very few enemies. It's very straightforward. It's easy. And it's easy to figure out where to go. There's nothing dangerous. And then we got Banjo-Kazooie's first world, Mumbo's Mountain, which is essentially a rectangle where you start here, and then there's stuff here. There's that bridge with the water, and then you've got the monkey throwing the orange things, and then you got like the Stonehenge up there, and then you got the Ant Mountain, then you got Mumbo's Mountain, and it's nice, and it's just a nice simple rectangle, so it's just easy. So you can see, when you start, you can see the edge of the world, and you can be like, oh cool. So when you first start the game, you're not like, oh shit, like where do I go? I'm a bit overwhelmed. When you start it, you're just like, alright, I'm starting to find my stride, but there we go. So, but the first world in Yooka Laylee, now forgive me, what is it called? Tribal Stack Tropics. I just think it was just too big. It really was. And what's the scary thing is, this is a feature in Yooka Laylee, or a hindrance, however you want to imply it. When you start a world, it's small or shrunk down, and as you collect the pages, which is the collectibles in the game, you get the opportunity to make the world its full proper size. And I already thought the world was too big. When I made it expand, I was like, what the it is too big. It is, it really is, and it just takes too long to explore around. You're just like, oh my god, like how, you don't, and you do have a roll attack, which, you do have an energy meter as well. And the good news is, one of the reviews I saw said, oh, the energy meter doesn't last very long, but I collected all the tokens to make my energy meter longer. I don't think the roll took too long, but like I said, traversing around the world, it just took too long. And another big mistake I played while playing Yooka Laylee, when you start the game, each world you go into, you actually can't finish it 100%. And if you're one of those people like me, and I'm sure there's other people out there who play games like me as well, when you enter the first world, you want to get 100% before you move on to the second world. You can't do that. If you haven't played the game yet, do yourself a favor, don't finish the world. You can't. Stop it. Stop. Don't. You can't finish the world. You can't. Right. Shh. Stop. You can't. So there's all these like obstacles. And I spent like a lot of time figuring out, how do I get through here? How do I get through here? And I was like, I'm confused. I get to the second world, and I got the name up here, Glitter Glaze Glacier. Same problem. I'm like, I can't finish this. And there was like a few puzzles I got stuck on. Like I stood there for 20-30 minutes going, what am I not missing out? I'm confused. Eventually something clicked in me. This game is very similar to Banjo-Tooie, where you cannot finish the world when you first enter it. However, Banjo-Tooie, it was kind of obvious that you couldn't finish it straight away. I don't know why. Maybe I was just smarter as a kid back then, and I'm dumber as I got older. I don't know, because my brain's just full of banking procedures in my head at the moment. I don't know, maybe I forgot how to play a game. But once I figured that out, I was like, well, I can't finish any of these worlds now, so I'm just going to rush through them. So I basically went through world 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 worlds. I went through all 5 worlds, got as many pages as I can, and collected the notes, the quills, or whatever they're called, so I can buy all the moves. And then once I went back to the first world with all my moves, the game became so much more fun. I was just like, wow, like seriously, when I played the game, like I said earlier in this review, the game was okay. It's fine. It's not shit. It never was shit, it never will be shit. Replaying it with all the moves learnt and unlocked, I was like, wow, this is so much more fun. And the best thing is you get flight. I think you get it on the 3rd world, I believe, the 3rd or the 4th world. Once you have flight, you can go wherever the hell you want. It is way better than freaking Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, where you have to stand on that, the feather pad and jump up and fly around. In this, you just jump up and fly around. It uses your energy meter, but like I said, the energy meter's plenty. I don't think it was that bad. and you can fly around and explore the world freely. And do you remember how I said the worlds are too big? Once you have flight, it just eliminates that problem, because you can just jump up and go, oh, let's just fly there. Like, there's no more like, oh, how do I get there? No, you can just fly there, just go. And it just becomes so much more fun. And then guess what? With flight and all your moves unlocked, you're just free to explore. And that's why you play 3D platformers, because you want to move around and explore and collect shit. That's what we do, you collect shit. And it just becomes so much more fun when nothing's intruding you anymore. You have that freedom to go, what's over there? Huh, there's an item there, wicked, I can get there. What's over there? There's none of this like, oh, I gotta come back here later. Like, I know that's a bit hypocritical because I play Metroidvanias where obviously the game's designed around that philosophy, but I didn't think the game was going to be like that. I thought you'd enter the world, you get your moves, and then you can use those moves to complete the world. Incorrect. You use those moves to get 10 out of the 25 pages. You've got to go all the way to the end of the game, get all the moves, come back, and then you can get all 25 pages on each of the worlds. Once you do that, trust me, the game is so much more fun. And if you're one of those people that play the game and hate it, just try it. Try it my way and see if it changes your opinion. If it doesn't, well, I tried. I think the game is good. And I think there should be more 3D platforms out there. And if there are any good ones out there, indie games that you've played, let me know. Leave a comment down below. And Yooka Laylee, seriously, the graphics are just so colourful. It really looks beautiful. Like, it looks like Banjo-Kazooie 3 or Banjo 3 or whatever they were going to call it. Not Banjo Nuts and Bolts. You know what? I actually have no problem with that game. Seriously, I'm not a hater. The game's okay, whatever. But seriously, the graphics are colourful. The character animations are great. It's got that cutie when they talk to each other. I don't know, like, there's so many people that whinged about the voicing in it, and I'm like, that's exactly the same as in Kazooie and Tooie, and that added to the charm of it. It was funny. Because I know they did it back on the 64 day because there was sound limitations, because the 64 cartridge could hold only like 100 megabytes or something on it. But seriously, like, it's fine. I don't know why people bitched about it. There are some actual genuine criticisms of the game, but seriously, if you're complaining that you can't skip the cutscene, that's fair enough. But luckily there's a patch out there, so you can skip them now, so that's fine. But like, the voiceovers, like, what the fuck, man? Seriously, did you play Banjo-Kazooie? Did you? It's the same. And I like those sounds. I think they're cool. And I remember Rayman 2 on 64 had the same thing. I liked it. I don't know. I don't get some people sometimes. But I guess the only thing I really didn't like about Yooka Laylee was the roller coaster levels. They were shit. Like, let's just cut it there. The controls were just really awkward and off. And luckily the music in the game is really good. Like, one of the levels, I was actually getting like mad, but then as I started screaming at the screen, and then I calmed down, and I was just waiting, and I could hear the music in the background. I was just like, alright, let's do it. We're doing it this time. And I probably didn't. It probably took me another 5 more goes. They are annoying. Let's just say that. Like, because it's got one of those, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you have to play it to feel it. But it's like, you have to collect all these gems before the track ends, and if you don't get enough gems, you have to restart it. So it's kind of frustrating. If it was like a survival, we're just going to get to the end without, I don't know, only getting hit, 5 times or whatever. That's might have been a bit better. But just because you get that pressure where you got to collect all the gems, and the later ones are a lot harder. And the worst thing is, in World 4, the casino world, you actually got to fight a boss while on the minecart. And he actually was a cool boss. I actually think he looked really cool. But it was just a little bit frustrating, the controls. I don't know if they fixed that. I know the patch they released recently fixed a lot of issues. I don't know if they fixed the minecart bits though, but yeah, it's the only thing annoying. And the other thing I don't like about Yooka Laylee, and this is opinion mine, this is not fact. Not that any opinion ever is fact. But Yooka Laylee's only got 5 worlds. They are big worlds, they are too big in fact. But there's only 5, and I guess it's a personal preference. I cannot pronounce words properly right now. Mario 64, back in the day, 15 worlds, great. Mario Sunshine only has 7 worlds. And some people like Mario Sunshine better, and I love Mario Sunshine, but if it just had 2 more worlds, I probably would have thought it's better than Mario 64. But it's one of those things where I guess Yooka Laylee focused too much on the quality, but the worlds aren't that quality, so I wish it had a bit more quantity. There's got to be like an optimization curve or something where I'm bringing mathematics into this. Oh my god, this is lame as fuck. Bringing mathematics into optimizations and whatnot. I think if it just had maybe 3 more worlds, I think the game would have been something really cool, like something very memorable. As at its current state of only 5 worlds, like I said, the game's good. It's fine. What score would I give it? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really believe in numbers. And I noticed as well the collectibles, they're a bit hit or miss. So the quills, right, which are the notes, like in Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, you got to collect the quills so you can buy the moves. And what was this? I forgot what the other thing I had to do. Shit. I think that's it. To buy the moves. Yeah. I don't remember. Wow, it must have been that long ago when I finished it. Anyway, the quills, right. Sometimes the placement's not the best. Now, do you remember Banjo-Kazooie? You'd see a bridge and there'd be quills on the bridge. You'd walk across the bridge, collect the quills, and you'd be like, cool. And you see sometimes, hey, if I follow these notes, sorry, I meant notes. If you follow the notes up here, it takes me to somewhere. This game, I didn't find they just seem like some quills, they just put them there, the one there and one there, and then a group of 5 here and a group of... And it was a bit frustrating. And there was 2 instances in the game where I was at 199 quills and I was missing 1. And one was in the first world, and if you guys know about it, it is just, who the fuck put the quill there? So, yeah, that's the only major issues. But other than that, the boss fights are fun. Capital B at the end was kind of cool. I like the bad guys. I didn't think there was enough variety in the enemy designs, but they were cool. Like, honestly, I don't understand people who hated the game. I really don't. And if you're gonna leave a comment saying why you hate the game, seriously, I've watched so many people say why they hate it. I've read it. I just don't agree with it. So deal with it. But anyway, I want to end the video on a high note. I like Yooka Laylee. It's good. It's not fantastic, but it's good. Is it worth playing? Yeah. It's not that expensive. It's a lot of fun. If you really miss your 90s platforms, this is probably the best one you'll find on the market. Easy. There are a few other good ones that recently came out, like Snake Pass. Give that game a shot too. I haven't played it yet, but I heard it looks cool, and I want to play it. I got the Platinum Trophy in Yooka Laylee. I did everything. And I don't regret my time one bit. I had a good time. I really did. Is Yooka Laylee better than Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie? No, it's not. I personally prefer Tooie over Kazooie. But a lot of people disagree with me in there. They think Kazooie's better. That's fine. I think Tooie's a better game. The Yooka Laylee is definitely not better than Kazooie or Tooie. Is it better than Poi? Poi's this 3D platform I played earlier this year on my channel. Yeah, it's better than Poi. Poi was not bad. It hit the spot. Like while I was craving for that 90s platformer itch, it hit the spot. Is it better than Donkey Kong 64? Fuck yes it is. I seriously... Yooka Laylee is... This is the one thing I noticed in all the reviews. No one compared it to DK64. I think DK64 sucks on Nintendo 64. It is so annoying, that game. Freaking changing Kongs to get all the bananas. Nah. That game is frustrating as fuck. Yooka Laylee is a way, way better game. And at least on the 5 Yooka Laylee worlds, I had fun. In DK64, there's probably only 3 worlds in that game I like. The rest of the game can go to hell. Seriously. Way, way better than DK64. Anyway, Nation, for more videos from yours truly, make sure to hit that like button. Follow me on all my social medias. Descriptions and the links down below. If you love the video, as always, give it a like, give it a share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.